Geek Out!
Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
We're continuing our 50th anniversary of Star Trek and our countdown to Star Trek Beyond with the 5th Star Trek feature, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, which marks William Shatner's feature directorial debut. Came out summer of 1989, which was a jam-packed summer. And I think, unfortunately, commercially suffered because of it, because I think it's one of the lowest-grossing Star Trek films. What do you guys have before we go into this one?
This is the one that I celebrate as my favorite Star Trek. I can't quite put my finger on why. There is a lot of instances that the studio kind of forced humor into it, but I think I just enjoy the critical thinking nature of like the plot. I think that's really what like Star Trek embodies in me. Like this whole thing where everyone goes into it, like believing that this being that they're in contact with is a god, and and the god and all that stuff, and like Shatner or Kirk is the only one that like has any kind of doubt, and like really puts like forth like critical thought into it, and like to me like that kind of headspace is where like Star Trek needs to be. So I think it's the one that like kind of like most on the nose has that spelled out.
I've never seen this movie before. Actually, we're going uncharted territory. I feel like I'm part of the fucking Enterprise right now.
Oh,
Ooh.
You're going where no Jake Bozek has gone before.
No, not until the reboot.
I agree with Chris completely, except that I personally felt a lot of the forced humor by the studio worked. Especially like the titular line of, "What does God need with a starship?"
Well, it's not really a titular line.
And I never had a problem with the "What does God need with a starship" line. For me,
That's probably the best line in the whole movie.
For me personally, Star Trek V I saw in theaters in the summer of '89. I remember doing that.
Back in the summer of '89.
That's the best year for movies.
Yeah,
of all time.
This is something I remember seeing as like I'm not even like 3 years old yet, and I remember seeing. I can pull back on those memories of Kirk falling off El Capitan. I can pull on him fighting the god alien at the end of the film on Shakari. I don't think it's kind of a gateway drug for me in Star Trek, and so it'll always have a special place in my heart. I don't think it's great, but there are two really good character moments that show up. And, I don't think that the faults of Star Trek V are William Shatner's faults. He's going up against a studio that wants more humor because of how well Star Trek 4 was received. He's going up against a writer's strike. He's going up against impromptu budget cuts because they think the momentum from Star Trek 4 is gone because there's a 3-year gap between 4 and 5, and the Teamsters strike. So literally, it is a very stacked deck against William Shatner in the production of Star Trek V.
He's also going up against the odd numbering of Star Treks, for those who believe that.
Which I don't.
Neither do I.
That's
The only bad odd numbered Star Trek movie we've come across is Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Exactly.
We haven't watched Insurrection yet, boys.
That's why I said we've come across.
You're coming. It's gonna happen.
I also love Generations, so
Oh, Generations is so good.
Yeah, I'll take
that's number 7.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take Generations over 5. But again, there's two really good character moments. I'll point them out when we get there. Chris, let's just get this show on the road.
Yeah, so as with the last couple ones, we are watching the Blu-ray version of this movie. You should be fine with whatever version you have. We have, as per usual, we have the movie started up, queued up, ready to go. Counters at all 0 on the actual movie itself, so make sure you have that ready to go. And I will give you a countdown and tell you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
I will say Star Trek V has a much more epic feel than 3 and 4. And honestly, kind of a more epic feel than 2. 2 is a very kind of claustrophobic film, whereas this one you get big, nice, wide-open sets because Shatner wanted to shoot on location.
Now, is this first time like Shatner's directed with the Star Trek? Like, had he ever directed episodes?
Not episodes of Star Trek. He had directed episodes of T.J. Hooker. But yeah, this is his feature directorial debut. His directing Star Trek V was a contract stipulation for him to extend it to come back to do 4. Previously, he was supposed to direct 4 after Nimoy directed 3, but he had scheduling conflicts with T.J. Hooker, which prevented that. But
So he was able to act in it but not direct it.
yeah, by 89, T.J. Hooker's off the air. The role of Cybok was originally written for Sean Connery, but he was busy doing Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade, which also came out in the summer of '89.
Good movie.
My favorite Indiana Jones film.
Yeah, mine too. Well, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely my favorite sequel.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark is technically the best one. I will admit that and concede to that. But my personal favorite is Last Crusade.
Kind of like how I am with Star Trek 2 and Star Trek 5.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Wrath of Khan is technically the best.
Yeah.
5 favorite.
Mm. In the original script for 5, it's literally the crew of the Enterprise against Satan, but the studio and the producers were like, "That's a little outlandish even for Star Trek. Just make it an alien posing as God."
Spoilers for Jake.
I'll live.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Shatner came up with the story treatment during production of 4.
This is already very interesting, though.
Again, visually, it's much more ambitious than its
never
predecessors.
Never would expect to see something like this in a Star Trek movie.
Why does he look familiar? Not toothless, but him.
Lawrence Luckbill?
Yeah.
Cybok?
Check me if anything I might have seen this gentleman in before.
That's why IMDb exists.
Let's kiss. I always like the idea of, to kind of build on what I'm saying, Cybok, one of his powers is he uses his mind meld abilities to expose people's inner pains and help them overcome it. And, that leads to some very interesting character revelations for McCoy and Spock later in the film.
Well, he was in Cocktail.
I don't think that's it.
Well, I'm not able to read your mind. Unlike Cybok.
You just have to believe, Chris.
He was in an episode of Columbo.
Again, I think if it wasn't for, I'm actually kind of surprised that, because I remember coming out of Star Trek 4, you're relieved how little slapstick there is. A lot of the humor in Star Trek 5 is slapstick,
Well, and much like Star Trek 4, it's been a long time since I've seen Star Trek 5, so I'm going into this right now fully expecting a lot of my opinion on this movie to be that kind of like nostalgic,
kind of tempered, yeah,
like, oh, I love the line, "Why does God need a starship?" So therefore, there's no other humor. There's like no humor in it because.
Again, I'm not put off by that line at all. Like some people,
yeah. No, are people put off by it? Because I think it encapsulates the movie and like
the kind of the pragmatist that's Kirk. Like, why does God need a starship?
Literally, like, yeah. It's my whole metaphor for like certain evangelicals and stuff like that. People that like are just in it for the money.
Why does he just not seem very
Vulcan?
Yeah.
That's the mystery. Why does a Vulcan show emotion? Who is this guy?
Why does God need a starship?
That's one of the driving opening questions of Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Also, Jerry Goldsmith comes back from Star Trek The Motion Picture to do the score here, which is one of, I think...
Sorry, Jake.
Yeah. Well...
No James Horner.
Yeah, well, he didn't do 4 either, so...
Yeah, no, that was the problem. 5 is my favorite number, so, if that means anything, we'll see.
What did you feel about V for Vendetta?
It's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time.
There you go.
I was actually talking about that yesterday, because when I watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I like to watch the trailers to remember like where time was when the movie came out, and the trailer was V for Vendetta, and the music they used in it for a section was the Batman Begins theme, which was cool to see V for Vendetta cut with officially the Batman Begins theme.
Yeah, they do that a lot with early trailers.
Mm-hmm.
George Takei had not wanted to come back for Star Trek V because he's kind of got a famously strained relationship with William Shatner.
I don't know this man.
but the producers convinced him to come back, and he said, looking back, he was like, despite all the difficulties that this production ran, Bill was actually very kind of like, he didn't let it get to him and bleed into the production, so it was surprisingly very fun to work with on this one.
Bill,
we were in 6 films and 3 seasons of television together.
I don't know this man.
I don't know this man.
I've never heard that interview, but
It's
I do
fucking
like.
great.
It's in the To Be Takei documentary.
That's a great documentary.
Someone translate that start date for me, please.
It's the
It's Cliffhanger with Stallone.
yeah.
You guys been holding out on me.
I guess it would be approximately 300 years after 1989.
So basically 300 years after
From now.
fucking Cliffhanger. After Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Speaking of Stallone, Jerry Goldsmith, I think of most is Rambo.
Yeah, he did the score for First Blood. Well, honestly, for all of them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
Actually, Sam, do you know how Stardate is figured out?
It's arbitrary until Next Generation.
Which means...
It means they just kind of make it up.
Oh.
Well, but I mean, like, what the accepted, like...
The accepted date is it's like Star Trek. Star Trek, the original series, takes place 300 years after it aired. So it takes place in like 2366 through 2369.
Mm-hmm. So like 300 years after First Contact,
Uh,
basically, because...
First Contact takes place in the early 21st century.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the movie Star Trek First Contact.
Well, it takes place in the late 20th century if we're going by release date, but but no, the Star Trek First Contact I think takes place in like 2020 something or 2030 something.
I think that's about right.
Yeah.
Like, we're like within like a decade or two of...
It starts shortly after World War III.
Is Shatner the only?
I mean, yeah, because they were still on recovery in the beginning of First Contact.
Yeah.
Is Shatner the only of the
yeah.
original cast to get a story by credit?
No,
Did
Nimoy
Nimoy
got a
got
story.
one?
Yeah, he got one for 3 and 4.
But more so what I was meaning was, what's year 0? Or
Don't know. That's
I'll Wikipedia it.
Yeah.
Because I know I've read it before that like kind of like translates like all the stuff that I want to know about star dates. Because it's
Go
also
ahead,
not
Bill,
actually
go
like
ahead.
a year, right?
yeah.
It's like,
Again, it's kind of arbitrary until Next Generation, then they actually come up
Yeah.
with a system for it.
but there are fans that have like explanations of how it works in the
Yeah.
original series. Well, Bones isn't stupid enough to climb the mountain.
You don't have to keep your eyes on his sweet ass all the time, Doc.
No, he wants to.
That's vacation.
No wonder why he's such a nervous wreck.
Go ahead and grow that beard, Bill. Grow it deep. Grow it long. Fucking Iron Man.
I feel like this isn't the only time we will see those boots.
Well, I mean, you have seen the movie before, so.
Yeah, but it's been a while.
Yuck.
Which one do you think he's talking about?
The one without the hover boots.
I don't know. This boots could cut out any minute now, and result like that. We have our Superman the motion picture moment.
No, there it is.
I'm still
Can
not
you read
convinced.
my mind?
I'm still not convinced this is a Star Trek movie. It just seems so unlike a Star Trek movie.
The film stock is noticeably better too.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that visual effect, though.
What? Nice.
And then we cut to a completely different planet.
Oh, it's Tatooine.
It's Take Me Down to a
Jakku.
Paradise City.
They're all the same.
Why does everyone want to go back to Jakku? Oof, that is not the cantina I want to go to.
That is the most unenthused erotic dancer I've seen in my entire life.
And we've seen a couple unenthused erotic dancers. Josh.
We've all been to West Virginia, right?
It's wild and wonderful.
Yeah, unlike the dancers. They're just wild. Like that. Wild.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that actress, that's the cat dancer, was probably in makeup longer than she's in the final film.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring thing in Star Trek. Bane. Okay, nice. Oh.
I know the
Hey,
one on
isn't
the
that-
left.
John Warner, yeah.
The doctor from Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah. He later comes back as the Klingon Chancellor in Star Trek 6.
Is every human in this movie, or all these slowly just turn into a Klingon in a later movie?
Christopher Lloyd always was a Klingon.
Yeah. Just Mark Leonard.
Hmm. I've always wanted my own little militia.
I mean, don't we all?
I mean, maybe not ones to look as peckish as that group. They look like they could use a hot meal.
So, just in case it wasn't obvious, Stardate was invented to hide the era of which Star Trek takes place. So they intentionally made it just like quote unquote random, so that people couldn't be like, "Oh, in 200 years we're gonna have the Enterprise."
Oh. Well, that's clever. And fuck you.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
not
again-
you, to
again-
the creators,
Yeah,
but
again,
also clever.
In Next Gen, they made it more precise, but I haven't gotten to that part of the Wikipedia article yet.
Oh, it's the Paradise Lost Cantina.
But
Okay.
but the decimal place does refer to 1/10 of a day. So if it says 0.5, that's roughly high noon,
It said 0.1, so it's...
like midnight to 3 o'clock or something like that. I don't feel like doing the percentage of hours in my head. And it's like midnight to like 2:30 ish. Oh,
Nice
also,
hairstyle to keep the Vulcan ears off.
Also, in Next Generation, it switches to a 5 decimal start date.
Like I said, it's arbitrary up until Next Gen.
And then J.J. Abrams actually made it a specific date. Like Stardate 2259 is literally the year 2259.
Thank you, JJ, for just simplifying that bullshit. I'm having an odd sense of reoccurring deja vu.
Oh, that's totally the same shot as the end of.
How
the
about
last
you
movie.
guys?
It saves on money. Deadpool did it.
Yeah.
It used a shot, I think, from X3.
There's this weird kind of suggestion that Scotty and Uhura have since gotten into a relationship, which is never really picked up on again.
Until the reboot comes along and kills all chances of that ever happening.
Yeah.
It's the most like chill red alert ever.
Hey,
It's like, hey, if you're not busy, it's like Norm Macdonald doing it.
There's a red alert.
Hey, if you're not busy, like eating microwave shit. You know, there's like a fucking missile coming or something. I don't know.
Nice steady cam work.
Thanks, first Rocky movie. That eyebrow game.
It rivals mine.
And it's suddenly nighttime.
Yeah.
I won't believe it until Stardate tells me that.
I don't know if they give... Well, they might give one more star.
0.9.
One of my favorite, like, Captain Kirk moments in any of the movies is coming up. Which then they immediately undercut with row, row, row your boat.
I do remember that.
Charleston Chew.
Wouldn't last 10 minutes on the metro.
Oh, God!
Making a joke about a thing that never actually happened. Or did it?
Yet.
A whole sequence of jokes that happened off mic.
Could. I'm pretty certain you're already drinking, Bones.
It's just so deep. And then Spock pulls out a guitar. Or a harp.
He does end up getting proven wrong, though.
He dies away from his friends, though.
He dies with Captain Picard.
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah,
Actually,
but he
technically he died. He does die alone. He just involved. Well, he's as much with Picard as he is with.
He's not.
Bones
He's not.
there.
He's not alone. Certainly not alone physically, but I think
Emotionally.
emotionally, his friends have long since gone.
Yeah. Harsh.
There's a deleted scene where McCoy confides to Kirk that he changed the computer's library so Spock would mispronounce marshmallow.
With.
Marshmallow. What they literally just said.
I love it.
I think it's just cute enough because it's something that's foreign to him, so he might not remember.
Yeah.
I don't need a specific explanation. As to
Or
why.
who knows? Maybe in the future they're not called marshmallows anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they're genetically engineered with melons.
Yeah. Maybe it tastes of melon. Good. We don't have to come up with new lyrics. Yeah.
That's public domain. Awesome. The campfire scenes that bookend the film were the last things filmed.
Now, to be fair, a song that's common now, but this is roughly 200, 300 years in the future.
Yeah.
They are singing some old, it'd be like us trying to sing some medieval thing.
Although I do like that the outdoorsy clothing of the future hasn't changed much from what's common today as well.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? This could be like Ren Fair for them, all right?
The Ren Fair looks damn good.
You should have asked Carl Urban to say that.
That was the most precise insult I think he's ever used for him.
I think at one point in the series he calls him a pointy-eared hobgoblin.
I think scenes like that, even though it's like the emotion is undercut with row your boat, I think it's really well done, and it really shows like the camaraderie.
Yeah, it
That
gets
was
a
good.
little more ridiculous when they get back on the ship.
How do they not know that they've been recalled yet, though?
I think it was honestly. I think the scene was just like sequenced out of order.
For it going on this long without them being called, I'm assuming this is actually the night before they got recalled, and for whatever reason, it was just put there.
They do
like Sam said, out of sequence.
They do get awakened at night. Something that's originally Chekhov and Sulu were at a different part of the world.
Oh, it's V'ger.
Oh, look. It's someone looking for whales.
Oh, look, it's a metal show.
Like a rainbow in the dark.
It looks like he's going to a Kiss concert.
Yeah.
Jake, can we start a metal band that's just Klingons like that?
Yeah.
But with Kiss makeup as well?
Yeah.
The Kiss makeup to cover up the shitty Klingon face.
We have like the Klingon forehead, but like Kiss makeup on it.
There you go.
It's just 3 layers of makeup.
How have I never seen that cosplay?
I'm going to look for it. Because we can't be the first people to think of it.
Well, apparently they felt the same way about Star Trek 4 as I did.
I think a big reason why the special effects aren't as good in 5, though the film quality is better, the production didn't have the budget for ILM this time around. So
who stepped in to fill those shoes?
It's a small private firm based out of New Jersey. So small and private, I don't even know.
Oh shit, for Jersey, it's not bad.
Them Jersey effects.
One of the better things I think to come out of Jersey I've seen so far.
Yeah, I was right. They do get woken up at night, so...
Oh, that's why he didn't get the communique. Thank you, script, for filling that in.
Well, I don't see anything on the internet of a Kiss Klingon mashup cosplay.
Bummer.
That gives you gentlemen the chance to give birth to it.
And it's never gonna happen.
Only if you're our Peter Chris, Josh. Peter.
Fine. But you're buying the tequila.
We need to find out what the Klingon names of all the Kiss members would be.
I'm sure that is something that the collective internet can help you out with.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a Klingon name generator that I can find in like 2 seconds.
Or a nerd that can just answer the question. But yeah, that too. I like how nothing's flying out into the vacuum of space while that door opens.
It's got a force field. Everything's bolted down. Whatever bullshit answer you want.
Oh, they bring the red carpet to you in the future.
What will they think of next?
He got the Batman 89 reference in before we did.
All right, Josh. Your name is Wert. That's Peter Chris.
One more time.
Wert.
World.
W-E-R-L-T.
World.
And you're Magneto.
Shoot me. Careful, Bones. They might hear you.
Just like how I was kind of never sold on the Millennium Falcon being kind of out of commission in the beginning of Empire. I didn't really like the Enterprise A being out of commission in the beginning of Star Trek 5. You know, it's kind of like cheap. In this case, it's like more cheap laughs.
Gun.
Actually, sorry. Wert Conmore.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry.
Go climb a rock. Wert Conmore.
World Conmore.
Yeah, that's Peter Chris.
Nobody wants to be World Conmore, not even World Conmore.
See, you're already getting into it.
Yeah.
It's
dangerous.
I'm gonna like start photoshopping tonight.
I approve. Wait, I thought he's James.
It's crazy. It's almost like a short way to say James is Jim.
I never really got that, but okay.
And it's almost like Spock calls him Jim.
Yeah,
all
Jim.
the time.
Your name is Jim.
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor.
And his
This is
speech.
movie number 5.
Yeah.
End of line.
And his speech, it's like him going, disappointed. It's like he read the script line.
He co-wrote it.
Yeah. That's the best fucking James Tiberius Kirk outfit of all time. I'd cosplay that.
I was about to say.
The fucking go climb a rock with jeans. And I'd fuck yeah. All you need to do is buy the jacket.
It's probably the most expensive part of the
That's
costume.
true, but you don't have to buy the pants. You don't have to buy the pants.
And then carry around a backpack like that.
Already got a
with
backpack.
4 water bottles.
My God, it's perfect. It's like they're babies. It's like they're drunk babies sometimes during this movie.
Like I said, it gets weird when they get back on the ship. Then it kind of picks up again when they get to Shakari, and
I don't know if it's just because this is so different, but
you really digging it?
I'm digging it.
Thank you. I've converted another.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Tweet Bill.
Yeah. I followed him for the longest time, but he would like tweet about every CW show, and it was like following a 17-year-old girl, and I was like, I gotta stop, Bill. You're killing me.
Don't follow Jason Mewes then.
Yeah.
Apparently he
I
loves...
do. Actually, he doesn't tweet that much, but
yeah.
I do follow him.
Apparently he loves like every show on the CW.
He
He's
does,
the
yeah.
reason why Kevin Smith directed an episode of The Flash.
Yeah, he can miss him to watch it.
Yeah, so you can thank Kevin Smith. Or Jason Mewes. You can thank them both.
Jason Mewes.
That's what the captain's log is.
No, that's a turd.
You realize for 2 of the cons we've been to, we've seen... Not, I mean, obviously been to more than 2, but 2 of the cons we've been to, we've seen Jason Mewes at Baltimore and San Diego. San Diego, he was on like the little like Segway thing.
The elevator.
And
thing.
we were getting on the elevator. We weren't like drunk, but we had a couple few, and we were kind of feeling good. It was the first night, and he drove up on the Segway with like his assistant. I think maybe she had a clipboard and like or like an iPad or something. And I don't think it would be his wife, because definitely he wouldn't have just had his wife get on the elevator with just a bunch of drunk, stupid guys. But he probably saw that we were probably going to be like idiots, and so he just didn't get on the elevator, and that his assistant did.
He was like the person in the hotel in the first Ghostbusters movie. He's like, I'll take the next one.
Yeah, and his assistant got on, and I forgot who it was who looked over and was like, your shoes are untied. And she just looked down, she was like, yep, and didn't do anything about it. I like those shoes. How is reception so shitty in the year 22 something or whatever the fuck? He has pointy ears. Oh, he took his shirt off. God damn it. Now I'm not digging this movie.
Hate this movie. Luis, I'd rather watch the first one again.
But he's leaving
No,
his jacket
never.
unbuttoned, though.
Still casual Captain Kirk.
Mm-hmm. The best kind of Kirk.
Business casual.
Yeah. Earlier it was casual Captain Kirk. Now it's biz cash.
Must be a Friday.
Well, it is Stardate 2.
Point
Friday.
I haven't since. That's what we should have. David Prowse have been like, "Hey, it's really nice to," and just like walk away. He's like, "Yo, son of a bitch!"
I didn't even say that line.
Yeah,
When I said it, I finished it.
I finished it, and that's the day George Lucas overdubbed my ass.
Fuck George Lucas. He gets banned from even more conventions. Not allowed to say anything about Darth Vader anymore. Sam, I don't know why this keeps popping into my head, but there is an episode, or correct me if I'm wrong, but there is an episode of like the original series where Spock like goes back in time and poses as like his uncle or something like that.
He poses as his cousin in the animated series episode Yesteryear.
Ah, one of the like 3 animated series episodes I've seen. I have them on Laserdisc. I think the entire series. Because there's only like 1, maybe 2 seasons.
2 seasons. And the second season was a half season.
Turtles in a half shell. Turtle power.
Approaching Nimbus 3. I have no idea who you are.
I don't know this man.
Why are you on the ship?
I have to say, I feel like Shatner's like in the best shape since the original film.
Well,
he's been climbing.
What movie was it? I don't. It obviously was 2, 3, or 4, not 2. Probably maybe 4.
They have
Where
sonic
we remarked-
screwdrivers.
Where we remarked that he looked in pretty good shape. Was it 3?
Marked
Okay.
he was in.
We'll throw rocks at them.
We'll throw you, shirtless with a rapier, out into space at them. That should be enough to take out a bird of prey, right?
We get Starfleet Marines. Perhaps the most mind-boggling scene in this entire film for me is coming up, and it was brought up in a script meeting as a joke, and then they didn't use it as a joke. Or they didn't take it as a joke. They're like, no, let's totally have erotic dancing Uhura.
So they're like, take me down to the Paradise City?
That already happened. I don't know if you caught.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that already.
I
Yeah.
don't give. They keep saying it on the screen, so I'm going to keep thinking it anyway.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about it, I remember it happening, but I was off in my own little world enjoying the movie.
I don't know about you guys, but if you're watching along, I'm enjoying along with you. I don't know why my Kevin Costner turned into like weird, almost Elvis. Have you guys ever heard of Orion? There's a documentary on Netflix.
Constellation?
No, there's a documentary on Netflix called like Orion or something. It's about
Production
this
company?
character, this guy who sounded just like Elvis, and he wore like a Lone Ranger mask and posed as supposedly the spirit of Elvis still alive, and like obviously wasn't, but like had this really kind of tragic story, but like was this like amazingly talented like country and western guy who some people think was a half brother of Elvis, and like this anonymity, and one day he just ripped the mask off on stage and ended his career. It's like, it's on Netflix. It's a really crazy documentary. Cyclops. I never heard of it until recently. Of course, I saw like a little like thumbnail for it on Netflix, and it was like this like Lone Ranger looking country guy. I was like, I gotta watch this.
It's probably Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't at all.
But Sam, I agree with you. The erotic
dancing Uhura
is what? Come on, Star Trek 5.
A really, really bad script meeting.
By the way, we were
This is why you
talking.
don't drink at script meetings.
We were talking about that
No,
exotic
this is-
dancer, like not having a lot of screen time or probably spending a lot of time. I checked on IMDb to see if they had like, usually they have like how long they were in makeup. She was in makeup for over 6 hours for 53 seconds of screen time.
Jesus. Now, see, Chris, drinking at script meeting's okay. Just don't ever leave the room with the ideas you've come up with.
Don't continue drinking into production.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Man, my erection is so
Weird.
flaccid right now.
Nah, it's weird.
At least
Ooh.
they're being respectful.
That's like
and
Dr.
staying-
Kelso legs. Remember whenever he's like, I used to be able to jump right off the ground and nom right into the helicopter. The minute he walks in the jet. This is so fucking weird. I want to see the scene where they're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come up with this, and you're going to dance like this, and you're going to do this.
I want to be a fly on the wall of the script meeting that came up with all that.
Here it is, Josh. All right, guys, got anybody terrible ideas?
Well,
All right, here we go.
Uhura could dance.
Yeah. And clearly have, like, jacked man legs.
You don't want your communications officers to have jacked man legs?
No. Not if they're women. Bane Spock. It's highly illogical.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What an adequate singing voice.
Yeah.
No one cared about my logic until I put on the mask.
That is the
Hold
slowest
still, you little prick.
firing space RPG I have ever seen.
I see you've disabled my targeting system, Tony. What's that guy shooting at? This is like, oh, nice. Fuck
So
yeah.
is that like his stealth captain's outfit?
Yes. Like in Young Justice where
He's
they hit
got
the
the
thing and
Iron
it
Man
turns-
armor that
Yeah.
just his shirt just changes colors.
Oh, he just presses with a button and it just...
turns black
Yeah.
or white. if
This
it's-
is more action in the Star Trek movie, I think, than we've seen like easily since like 2.
We get to see him Vulcan neck pinch a horse.
Nice.
no horses were harmed in the making of this film.
How do people hate this
Ooh.
movie? How do
Look.
people hate this movie?
Low-tech weaponry.
Erotic dancing Uhura?
Well, that part, yeah, but it's
How is
over.
she already back on the ship?
It's over.
Wow, where'd they get the low-tech minigun?
Where'd they get any of this?
Yeah.
It had like 6 barrels and only 4 of them
The
were
future.
firing. Yeah.
That's the future for you.
Shatner got up there quick. I mean, excuse me, Captain Kirk got up there quick.
Mm.
He earned the rank. Oh, wait, is that the... here's, I guess we haven't seen a full 53 seconds yet. It's like something of... Oh, nice, James
Who's
Brown.
that Wonder Woman villain?
I heard James
Chitara?
Brown.
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Cheetara's from Thundercats.
Thank you. Yes.
She
Reminds me
wasn't a
of...
villain.
Yeah. Thundercats, ho!
And face down in the water, so
Like,
dead.
wouldn't you just like get up? You know what I mean? Like if you get thrown into the water, you just
No.
get up.
She's like the creature from the Black
Now,
Lagoon. You get
this
her
will
underwater
tell
and
you
she
how
just drowns
bad...
instantly.
how forced the... Okay, no forced comedy, because they didn't make a 9 Lives reference.
I mean, when I say forced comedy, I don't mean it's like omnipresent. It shows up. though.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like bad jokes. It's just like that didn't need to be a joke.
Yeah. Why does Scotty have a slapstick sequence where he accidentally knocks himself out? Why are there rocket boots used to comedic effect?
Because
Why
we
does-
can.
What does God need with a star? Wait, no, that's not funny. It's a legit question. It moves the plot forward.
You're like me.
You pointy ear man.
Well, this is the big plot twist. To answer the question, who is Cybok?
Honestly, I mean, I know what happens, but I could have seen this coming from a mile away from the moment he put his hood down in the beginning of the movie.
That's because you're racist and you just think that all Vulcans are related.
Oh, they are.
They are.
To be fair, that
Look at that
It's
guy in the background to
Sabi.
the left. That was awesome. It's like fucked up Red Skull. Look at him.
it's the Red Skull after he
You
gets
are
thrown through.
failing.
He looks like he's wearing a silver shamrock mask.
Silver Shamrock. It had come out by this point, right? Yeah. By a couple years.
Yeah. There are several Halloween films after that have come out at this point. Maybe just one. Maybe just Halloween Return of Michael Myers.
My dick.
No, bigger. Mine.
His hairpiece in this one is looking spectacularly bad.
You have to be a little more specific, Jake.
It's that Jersey production.
Well, there's proof.
I'm sorry, who is he? Or is he not said yet?
No, we talked over it.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
didn't hear.
Cybok. Well, no, Spock reveals it right here.
Oh.
We just all that's established here is that Cybok and Spock know each other
Oh,
personally.
yeah.
In a
Intimately?
biblical sense.
Who knows? Maybe.
Return of the bifocal lens.
Man, they take a really long time to get there.
Yes! Get the firehouse!
I think it's wed alert.
It's oddly vague and specific.
But no more.
Giving my crew a hint. You pointy-eared bastard.
Wink.
That needed to be a joke. Wow, it looks so lifelike.
Roughly on par with the Atari. I don't know, 7800.
Wow, that thing went from 0 to 60 and
0 to 100 real quick.
I remember when I was like, "Yo, Alex, what's that Drake song? What's the name of it? The one that goes 0 to 100?" He was like, 0 to 100.
It's pronounced 100.
Last name greatest. Or no. First name greatest?
First name ever, last name greatest.
Last name ever. First
those
name
effects,
greatest.
man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man.
They don't make him in Jersey like they used to.
Again, Shatner is working. Had a stacked deck against him.
Yeah.
Writer's strike, Teamster strike, uncooperative studio, and maybe not the best visual effects department in the whole wide world.
But they did what they can.
I mean, they did well enough, I think, but it could have like the rock monster from Galaxy Quest. That was originally supposed to be the final boss in Star Trek V, but they didn't have the money to do it.
Mm.
So instead, they made it just an angry cloud face.
How do you know where we're going? Oh, so has he got like a air gun pointed at him?
It's like a homemade like pop gun, yeah. But it's, I assume, strong enough to be lethal, or at least something that Kirk doesn't want to be on the receiving end of.
Like my dick.
He's pretty strong for a Vulcan.
Vulcans are stronger than humans.
That would explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Must be that green pointy-eared blood.
What if he just reached over and gave him a nerve pinch? Like, he's right there.
Maybe nerve pinches don't work on Klingons.
But he's a Vulcan.
That's what I meant.
And they do, because we've seen it.
Several times.
Have I? I mean, probably, sure.
So the reveal's still coming, right?
Yeah, because Kirk gets pissed. He doesn't know why he doesn't shoot Sybok, and he asks him why, and he tells him.
Is this where he knocks himself out?
You'll find out in a second.
Double dumbass on you. This conversation is far more comical than it needs to be.
But not as comical as saying, I need to take a seat, and then literally creates a seat.
I thought that was fine. Technology, bro.
Did Starfleet know? Did he disclose with
I
them?
mean, no. I mean, otherwise, I mean, what's his name? He's serious. He's like, I know for a fact you don't have a brother. If anyone in Starfleet would know, it would be Jim Kirk.
It's a look of a man thinking, why'd I agree to direct this?
Life forms.
I see they too have drinking the Kool-Aid.
It's tasty.
What flavor do you think he's handing out?
The green
Grape.
one, I hope.
Aw, damn it, I hate grape. Why can't it be cherry? Why is it never cherry?
I'm running for president.
Well, shit.
With his chest.
I think I can see why they switched the logic. They found the right organ to actually use.
He's looking right at you, Josh.
And I can feel it. And I need an adult. It is really creepy.
Shatner was inspired by like televangelists while he was like, they were starting to really come into prominence on on TV in the 80s, and he was like, well,
Man, he must have not gotten much sleep.
he said he would like because of directing this, starring in it, and staying in shape, he would wake up no matter what time he went to bed at like 4 a.m.
Well, that explains it. He'd be there like right at the end of their broadcast. Vague, green-blooded, pointy-eared bastard. I know what they're spelling.
can't break out, but you can break in. That's some Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy shit.
Oh shit!
And they're all dead.
It's a day at the races.
Funny thing is, like, he's talking to no one.
Remember when I said we'd probably see those boots again?
Oh, I know.
They're about to make a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
Beat him to it.
I love that you got like the mega Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, I originally just got the can, and I was like, no.
And I heard you were like, yeah, I want to get another drink. And he just came back and he just like, with my powers combined, you just have like a giant golf ball drink.
Yeah.
Humor. Somehow I got above you.
Yeah.
Don't question. Just go with it.
Don't look, just fly. It's called Snake Eyes now.
We're staying together for the kids.
That needs to be the Geek Out cover photo. The three of them, like, ah.
Air.
And they're making an amazing time.
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
They got a burp.
Yeah.
This is my other favorite big character moment, where you see what McCoy and Spock's hidden pain is. And then it hints at what Kirk's is, but he refuses.
Is revealing their hidden pain what gets them to drink the Kool-Aid?
It's a part of it.
Yeah. He says as much when he talks to the Toothless Man in the beginning. He's like, we need to expose it so you can overcome it.
Well,
It was broken. I broke it.
No, I got a crew and 3 seasons of a series for that, but thanks.
You can take it and any time you want.
Yo, take it. Take this.
You're not strong enough, Scotty.
Gesundheit. Por favor.
Man, how is it a word?
Maybe they don't formulate sounds, communication the same way humans and Vulcans do.
Maybe it's more of a gesture. Thrust of the dick.
That would be mighty unpronounceable.
Like, this is where it gets really fucking deep and dark again.
Maybe that's part of why I like it too. It's fucking deep and dark and shit.
How is he doing that?
Vulcan mind melding and shit.
I didn't see he lay a hand on him.
He's powerful.
The Force is strong with this one.
Can the other two see this? So they just see...
Just go with it. Just fucking go with it.
All right, Clark. All these powers.
I got it.
Acknowledge me!
Yeah, you gotta ask nicely.
All I had to do was ask. So he has magic hugs.
It's like his thing is he brings that sudden catharsis, and that just like it's so liberating. Like Cybok alludes, he's like, I'm not brainwashing them. They follow me because I expose the deepest. You know, it informs so much about McCoy. The idea that he's trying to every life he's trying to save is to atone for killing his father prematurely. Mm-hmm. Just like Spock's struggle will always lie within his heritage.
Well, this scene just answered my question. They all do see what the other is seeing.
Yeah, I guess I was wrong.
Just go with it.
Again, just go with it. Don't ask how. Just go.
Oh no, I just wanted to know if they actually were or not, or they were just staring at bones. Staring at nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. They may very well have, but yeah, but
Interesting.
Spock,
Born without an umbilical cord.
Man, maybe bloody as fuck.
Maybe Vulcans. I was gonna say do it better, but I don't know.
To inform you a little bit, Josh, babies are quite bloody. They're not pretty like in the movies.
Except for this movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Although I believe
they're
actually
not pretty
bloodier.
like in the other movies.
Yeah. Well, but to go further with that, I'm pretty sure they're actually bloodier.
Yeah.
Granted, never been present for a birth.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I believe it's a
Except
bloody.
our own.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I was just formed.
Yeah. But yeah, the idea that here we see Spock, like his father, being so dismissive of him since birth, because he, as he just said, is so human.
Crying when he was born. So human.
We never see what Kirk's hidden pain is, but we do see that he uses it to drive him.
So you never find out what his hidden pain is, like even like in later stuff.
No.
I mean, I guess we could guess what his hidden pain is in the reboot, if they ever came to a situation like this.
Well, there's no illusion in the reboot.
Yeah.
But yeah, him,
Because J.J. Abrams doesn't believe in illusions.
Yeah. Hear him shouting, that he needs his pain, I think is also very telling of Kirk without actually seeing what that pain is.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the cool thing here is we see even with their pain removed, Spock and McCoy will be loyal to Kirk to the end.
It's such an interesting shift in, like you were saying, in
Again, it's one of the
tone.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest character moments in the entire franchise.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing is that you've got this kind of goofy ass jailbreak sequence leading up to it.
Actually, in even greater defense of the movie, I feel like it helps balance out some of the heavy stuff. Like without the comedic moments, there's a good chance that this movie would have been too heavy.
Like another Star Trek 3?
Even Star Trek 3 has kind of goofier moments.
Yeah.
Like Genesis?
Star Trek 2?
Give me the Genesis.
But
no, like I'm saying, it would just be like a depressing movie, because it's just downers.
I thought, Sam, you said the same things were said about...
Three. I mean, that's the entire reason why Nimoy went more lighthearted with 4.
Yeah.
Because he's Kirk gives up everything to get his best friend back in Star Trek 3. He gives up his son. He gives up his ship. He gives up his position as admiral.
Mm-hmm. And that movie has moments of levity to counteract the seriousness as well. Yeah. So I'm thankful for the slapstick.
Scotty knocking
Except
himself
for
out.
the Scotty knocking himself out. That was dumb.
Erotic dancing Uhura.
Oh, God. See, that's not funny, though.
It's just sad.
If it was funny, then sure.
Like if it had been Scotty.
What I feel like we're going back to
man
V'ger
leg.
with
Oh,
this.
God. Even better though for Scotty when they zoom in, it's like clearly a woman's legs instead.
Like I can't remember a specific example of it, but like there have been movies where like in like the Naked Gun movies, whenever Leslie Nielsen like rips open his shirt, it cuts to a shot of just his torso, and it's clearly like a bodybuilder.
This is Pink Floyd comes in. Welcome, my son.
No, this is just the last 20 minutes of 2001.
I thought we were going back to V'ger.
For a second, that music cue sounded like something out of Indiana Jones.
Mm.
Ba, ba. Hello. Welcome to Star Trek 5. I am the final frontier. You did good, friends. The end. That would rule. Oh, that's the callback. The fucking callback, you clever son of a bitch. What the fuck?
Why is
Da
there
Vinci Code level.
What the fuck is happening?
why is there a
Where no man is going to
or is that or was that Kirk's like personal room where he has like all
I
the
feel like it's like the observation room.
Yeah, but
It's
But, like
the
why was
sea
there
room.
why was there a steering wheel?
Well, I feel like it's like this kind of like almost like lounge area, and there's kind of like I mean, obviously they aren't actually.
I know,
using-
right?
but-
That's what I was like. Why?
I mean,
It's
they
just
are on
design
a.
aesthetic.
It doesn't even allow you to move in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
Kirk looks at
I mean-
McCoy and Spock. He's like, "Get a load of this shit."
They are on a Navy vessel, aren't they?
Technically.
It's a Wessel.
Yeah.
Navy vessel.
Thank you. He looks like Jack of Hearts. Is that the DC character that's got the best
Jack of Hearts is
Marvel?
Marvel
That's
character.
right. Marvel. Best worst outfit of all time.
Or he's a member of the
Ragman?
Royal Flush Gang.
Yeah, well.
What's that, Sam?
It's my rebuttal.
A burp. Oh. Caught some of it.
Chilly, man.
Oh God!
Ben's Chili Bowl.
effect.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
I'm gonna kingdom come all over this spectrum.
Kingdom coming. I was kind of perturbed by how quick like Kirk was like, yeah, cool. I guess because they're already fucking there, but he's just like, well, whatever.
Well, I think he's like, all right, fine, prove it to me.
Yeah.
Bring me your god.
Hey, Kirk waits for no God, or God waits for no Kirk.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah. Again with the fucking V'ger graphics. Oh, this guy's sold.
Again, I think if it was just released Christmas '89 instead of summer of '89, it would have done so much better.
Gangbusters.
I don't know. A film questioning the logics of God around Christmas time. I don't know commercially how well that would have done for them.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Better than against Ghostbusters 2, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Batman, Lethal Weapon 2, and License to Kill.
Yeah,
I
you know what?
agree.
Fuck it. Go up against God on Christmas.
At least
Or a
at
turkey.
that point, it's like, this is our only option.
Actually, yeah, release around the time of the Macy's Day Parade.
No guns.
Yeah.
What does
Thanks.
God need with a phaser?
What does Kirk need with a phaser?
Actually, that's the Star Wars cue, not the Indiana Jones, but I keep thinking it sounds like it's just about to go. Ba, 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 ba.
So, the shuttles have names too?
Yeah. All shuttles have names. It's like Arizona or New Mexico on your Earth.
On my planet, they're one and the same.
I'm gonna say New Mexico.
New Mexico and Arizona. They're one and the same.
What do you guys think?
Could be Tulsa for all I know. Because I don't know what, the rest of America looks like. Is this Chicago?
Is this your car?
You vape, bro?
Do you vape, bro? Do you fucking vape, bro?
Valid question. Ask the God Cloud.
It's nice that they're using a new rock formation.
I still am not the biggest fan of the filter down there, though. The weird kind of like purple.
Purple range.
Yeah, but at least Apocalypse isn't in the shot.
Snake eyes.
Meanwhile,
That guy's so fucking dope.
shirt. It's a Klingon bird of prey in a cube. Oh, God.
At least it's
Man,
still
the-
in a box.
Borg Cube has nothing on that design.
Oh my god, I can't wait until we get to first contact. I love the Borg. Edge.
Is that the first and only time they show up in the films?
Yes.
Damn.
Unless they make a Voyager film, since they were in half the episodes. Ooh, taking Voyager to task.
I'm not stopping you.
I've never seen a single episode.
You're not missing much.
That was the one with 7 of 9, right? Or was that it was Voyager? Okay. She was half Borg. She was the Worf of Voyager.
In that she shows up halfway through the series, like Worf did on Deep Space Nine, and kind of re-energizes it a bit. Yeah.
No, I was saying in terms of she was an enemy from a previous series,
Yeah.
or she was of.
She's an enemy that becomes yeah. She doesn't show up until season 4, but yeah.
Mm. Well, at least this planet has air.
Yeah, I'm glad they found that out this far into it.
Don't open that. Does this planet have air?
It's like they're on the Instagram filter.
We are now switching to the God filter. Please hang on.
It's my favorite filter.
Wait, I think I've seen this before. As long as they clear their minds, the destroyer won't show.
And then a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes through.
Well, shit.
If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. That's what this dude learned.
That's from the Ghostbuster.
Thank you, Jake.
Take me down to the Paradise City where the...
So this is how we got Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
There was at Awesome Con, there was a bootleg DVD place that had all the Beastmaster movies.
Nice.
Beastmaster and He-Man in my brain are the same thing. So that was where the correlation was.
Beastmaster.
Beast.
That's like the GoBots of He-Man. I don't
Nothing
know.
wrong
I
with the
don't-
GoBots.
I mean, it's,
Where did I put them? Oh, yeah.
best cosplay I've ever seen, ever, in my entire life, was in Seattle, where a dude dude bro and his dude bro friend were dressed up as He-Man and Man-at-Arms, and the dude like was straight out of the comic book. Like he was like looked like He-Man.
But was he straight out of Compton?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Na 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 na. Dun, 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 dun. That's the first music cue that ever scared me as a kid. Like piece of music, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Dun, 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 dun.
And it's just Master Control.
I was just thinking, is this the Master Controller's brother?
Half brother. It's because it's the thing.
I got it.
Also, I looked up. You can get one of those jackets for like $80.
Dude,
like
go
80,
for
80
it.
to $130.
Go for it.
Oh, it's
Ron Perlman is Beast.
It's like
That was
what's
one of the
his-
pictures you could get signed by Ron Perlman, by the way.
Oh, that's right. He was there. Shit, he was
Snake
Beast.
Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Did you meet him?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, I told him that I hope he gets cable.
What did he say? He was like, "Thanks, fuck kid."
Fuck
Awesome.
yourself.
Yeah,
It was like, yeah, man, me too. Really want to do it. And then I was like, and Hellboy 3.
What'd you have him sign?
I didn't. I just.
Oh, you just went up
bones
and
him.
bones them.
I
Snake eyes.
Snake
them?
eyes.
This is that Kelsey Grammer?
Yes.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling.
Toss my
Look
salad and
at look at
scramble my
fucking
eggs.
Captain Kirk Superman pose.
Mm.
God damn it, you
If only-
sexy bastard.
If only they didn't bifocal the lens.
I wish I could grow a beard where it like curl like that. That's never gonna happen.
Who's playing
It could.
God?
No, it's not.
We're all playing God.
But no, in this film, who's playing God?
Wait. Shh.
Yes.
He said the thing. Oh, he said it twice. If he says it 3 times, Beetlejuice shows up. Wait, no, that's the other thing.
I saw him in Awesome Fun.
George Murdoch.
Don't you know? Aren't you God?
He's one of the elders in the X-Files.
Cool. What else has God done?
193 credits.
Damn, God gets around.
He played a preacher on an episode of Torchwood.
Nice.
He was in Looney Tunes Back in Action.
With Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm. And an episode of Smallville.
What episode?
I don't know which episode, but he's old Harry Bolston.
All right.
Shock T.
Stop the ship. Goddamn bastard. Stop the ship. Bullshit, he didn't win an Oscar for that.
The idea that Cybok's own pride would help fuel the God thing.
So it's just an evil alien.
Again, in the original script, it was they were being tricked by literal Satan, and they had to save the Enterprise from going to hell.
Ah.
But the
Like
the studio and the producers were like, that might not be the best.
Like in Event Horizon.
Or like that episode of Doctor Who where the Doctor's not sure if he's actually battling Satan or an alien.
Is that the Impossible Planet?
I want to say yes.
With the Ood that get possessed by...
Yes. Yep.
He was in an episode of Bosom Buddies.
Oh, shit.
Let's say no more.
And TJ Hooker. Sorry, I said more.
That's probably what got him, the association with Shatner.
Huh.
And Trapper John MD.
Sold.
It's got a lot of credits is basically what I'm saying, guys.
So, is this the first Star Trek movie where they actually go up against an actual alien then?
I mean, they've gone up against Klingons, who are aliens.
Right, but I mean as like the main... Well, no, because Khan's an alien, isn't he? No?
No, Khan is a clone.
A genetically
Human
enhanced
clone.
superhuman.
So then, yeah, I guess this is the first Star Trek movie where they go up against an evil alien.
Well, again, the Klingons in 3.
Were the Klingons the enemy in 3? Or was there no clear...
Yeah, he killed the one, like, when the best death scene in movie history where Christopher Lloyd's like, oh, and like, it's like clearly like just laying on a mat going, like, waving his arms.
Lloyd is the one that kills
He
Shatner's
does say,
son.
Klingon bastards killed my son.
Yeah.
It's Klingon bastards killed my son. And then he says it about 7 more times. Yeah. Where there's got to be the 10-hour loop on YouTube of that.
Klingon bastards
killed my son.
You know, it's weird. We just watched it yesterday. Oh, right. Yeah. I was about to say I couldn't remember who the bad guy in 4 was, but 4 was much like 1. It was just
A satellite.
a satellite thing.
Yeah, going, bring me
yeah.
whales.
Though probably not of Earth origin.
Yeah.
It's never established the mystery. It remains a mystery the entire film.
But yeah, 3 Klingons.
How funny is it that in Awesome Con that guy was dressed up as
Right? It was
Star
so
Trek 4
perfect because we had
Spock.
just watched Star Trek 4 and he was Star Trek
like
4
he
Spock.
wasn't just Spock, he was Star Trek 4 Spock. Yeah. We even complete with his say. I was like, fuck, I wish I would have saw him. I could have been like, I get that shit.
I was like, thank you for wearing that. We just introduced my friend to it.
Yeah.
When he walked by, I was just like, Star Trek 4, and he gave me the Vulcan sign, and I gave it to him back.
He was
I like those shoes.
Like, yep, you got it. There was only one movie that I could be referencing, and you figured it out.
I still love when Sam when we were at
It's just like every time someone walked past me, it was like Power Glove, and I was like, it's written on the hand. Except one kid called it a regular show glove, and I was like, it says Power Glove on the hand, kid. And
at
then
Baltimore
I punched him with it.
Baltimore Comic Con a couple years ago.
Power.
I was looking at Trad Moore's like portfolio. Sam was like, "Oh shit, Jake, Jason Mewes," and I'm looking at the picture, going, "I don't see Jason Mewes in here." You're like, "No, Jason Mewes," and I turned around and he like walked right by me, and I went, "Jason Mewes," and that was it. Then he saw us in an elevator years later, and was like, "Nope."
That's that kid that yelled my name.
Granted, if he got on, I wouldn't have said anything because I'd be like, "It's Jason Mewes," but like,
I didn't really say much when I rode an elevator with Kevin Smith. I was just,
that's right. Yeah, we saw Neil Adams walk by, and then
You
Kevin
should've
Smith walked by, and I was
should
like,
have
"Oh
just hugged
shit."
him.
Elevator.
As soon as the doors closed, clamp,
Oh.
not let go until he beats you into submission.
Next time we should just be like, "I like milk," and he'll be like, "I like milk." He fucking loves.
Oh,
milk,
he'll
dude.
go
Fucking
on like an
loves it.
hour-long tirade about how great milk is.
Yeah. So much so that I was driving home from work, and I drink milk occasionally. I'm not like a milk fucking, fiend. But I got home, and I poured like the biggest glass of milk of all time, and I was like, Kevin Smith, I just drank a huge glass of milk, and he liked it. And I was like, yes.
He liked my Laserdisc thing that I posted, like pre-Awesome Con. I was like, hope Kevin Smith's ready to talk about Laserdiscs. And he liked it. And then I was like, oh, I mean, I'm sure he gets hundreds of tweets a day, and there was no way for him to actually remember it. But part of me really wanted him to be like, hey, where's that Laserdisc guy? While he was doing the show. And then I could have been like, me, I'm the Laserdisc guy.
Star Wars?
Klingon 1, God 0.
So basically, the Klingons are the hero of this movie.
There it is.
You killed my son!
It's Predator. I'm here. Kill me. Do it now.
Kill me. Do it. Are you ready to rock? I hope you got some alcohol.
All things I would actually imagine Klingon saying to
Yeah.
Kirk.
You get zapped onto a Klingon ship and it's Paul Stanley. How you feel? And you're like, this is going to rule. And then 72 hours later, he's just like, hey, man, where you want to go next? I'm like, dude, just talk normal. I've heard you talk fucking normal, Paul. What do you mean? Who's Paul? I'm the Star Child.
I'm
Yeah. You haven't seen Peter Chris, have you? No. Good. Fuck Peter Chris.
You haven't seen World Conmar, whatever I said an hour ago. Condor, I think.
3 days of the Condor.
3 days of the World Condor.
Oh, God. No, not 3 days of the Peter Chris.
Spa.
Spa. You get all the best. You get Spa. And then you get to hear Klingon bastards.
Jim. You call me Jim.
Kiss. Kiss.
That's so logical. Oh,
Aww.
that's sweet. Sweet line.
Now kiss.
him.
Grab his nipples even. Damn it.
There.
Not in front of the Klingons.
Oh.
So why did the Klingons truce? Just because there was a Klingon dude on board
He
the
was
Enterprise?
like he was the ranking. He took commandeered.
Romulan ale. Sounded like Josh drinking.
Don't tempt me.
Let's go make Tokan Razor, if you know what I mean.
If
I
you
don't.
know what I mean.
It means it's
They're
just,
gonna fuck.
it's just Chekhov and Sulu watching this Klingon chick's ass.
Not anymore.
Yeah, there's Paul Stanley.
Oh my.
Hi, off. Shut up, Paul. All right.
All right.
I realized the perfect when I thought I ran into Paul Stanley at San Diego Comic-Con and I found out it was fake Paul Stanley. The noise I made, and I've been trying to figure out what it was like. It's the
It was like
noise.
a Sam Stone noise.
Well, no, it's the noise that Prince makes in the beginning of Kiss, but it's not cool because I'm not Prince. So, that was basically that. So take out the guitar, take out the fact that it's Prince and the sexiest song ever written, and picture me
I mean, I'm turned on.
turned down for what?
We gonna get turned. Yeah, you ready to get turned? Welcome aboard the Bird of Prey. Ooh. I don't know why my Paul Stanley is like, ooh.
You've lost your fucking mind, dude. Usually it's me, but did Kirk say he lost a brother?
Yeah, but I think he's referencing Spock.
He also loses his brother in the season 1 finale, Operation Annihilate.
Boom. Operate Annihilate. That's a Power Man 5000 song.
Ooh. Them jeans, them jeans, them jeans. Is his jacket on backwards?
Jake, it's the future. Just go with it.
I mean,
That's
I
how
guess,
kids
man.
wear their jackets in the future.
That'd be so funny. You turned around, his fucking insignia and shit was on the back.
Well, shit.
I have all but one Leonard Nimoy album on vinyl.
Is this on the soundtrack for this movie? Because it should be. If it's not.
If it's not, it's a crime. You should have asked. Sorry.
I don't remember this in Merrily, Merrily Row Your Boat.
It's the Star Trek version.
Oh.
What were you gonna say though?
I've forgotten his name. New Bones.
Carl Urban.
Yeah, you should have asked Carl Urban to sing "Row Row Your Boat."
He'd be like, "No one's ever asked." Does that guy really deserve his own fucking thing? I'm just kidding.
Captain Claw.
So here's the thing.
John's.
Yeah. The thing about Star Trek movies is there's never been one that we've watched so far that I like loved wholly and truly as a movie. And I don't mean that as like a diss. It's just the truth. Dick Zyker. Do like that though. I like those shoes.
Dick.
I like that name. But if I had to go for moment wise, this takes the like favorite like moments. Because like the campfire scene I liked a lot.
Oh yeah,
that was really really good.
Like I said, there's like two fucking awesome character moments that are among the best of the entire franchise.
Yeah, and there's something about just seeing the three of those guys basically being the whole movie together. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons I really liked 3 a lot was because it was just kind of back to the basics. Back to basics. And 4, is funny. 2 has like the big like kind of kick-ass stuff or whatever. 1's garbage. Vulcan and Klingon effects are getting better and better because man, in 3,
yeah,
a rough sauce.
John Larroquette is a Klingon. Yeah, no, I mean, again, the scene where they expose everyone's like hidden pains in the campfire sequence at the beginning, it's
heavy.
Yeah,
very very heavy.
Yeah. I just tonally for me, I know Chris was saying it, and I think for a lot, it could.
It's
balance
all
it
over
out.
the place.
But for me, I would like it maybe to be a little more consistent.
Yeah, definitely.
Because some of the humor does fall a bit flat.
Because it doesn't really,
Scotty.
It doesn't really like ebb and flow with it. Where like it's basically you're going to get 10 solid minutes of slapstick funny, and now you're going to get 10 solid minutes of really intense. Doesn't mix.
Yeah. It's almost obtrusive.
It is. It's like all right,
oil and water.
Yeah, it's sudden shifts.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the biggest problem. And that dance scene was just fucking the worst. That dance scene was so bad.
How did it hold up now that you're rewatching it? I guess however many years later.
Still my faves. It's damn good. I hold true to everything I said at the beginning of the show.
The thing I was gonna say was I'm gonna try my best for real to start the original Star Trek series over again.
Trouble with Tribbles?
We'll get there, but I'm going to skip the pilot.
Sorry, I still haven't seen season 3.
I'm going to skip the original pilot because I watched that already and I didn't really like it. But
you get all the best parts in the 2-parter anyway. So.
Oh, there you go. So I've already seen that. Then we'll go from there.
I think I still haven't even finished season 2.
Season 2, I'm not selling it at all, but season 2, you'll see it. It's maybe not the best thing.
Is season 1 the best season?
Yeah, I think so. As a whole,
is
but
it 1, 3, 2?
But
no, it's 1, 2, 3. But like 2, the first half of 2 is fucking
Amok
awesome.
Time is great.
Amok Time, Wolf in the Fold, Journey to Babel is probably my favorite Star Trek episode.
Trouble with Tribbles is in season 2, right?
That's a season 2 episode.
Like
I think
halfway, right?
Yeah.
It's the turning point. It's where it starts to get bad.
Yeah. I saw ILM in there. Well,
yeah, I think that was like stock footage, ILM or something like that.
Yeah, from Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
There.
Way to go, ILM. You still managed to squeak in just barely.
Yeah. But, Josh, what did you think of it, revisiting it?
Always take down God as opposed to fucking saving whales.
Fair enough.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Apple computer. I am a computer.
And Monster Cable, Jesus, how old is that company?
And I think, Kraft actually made marshmallow dispensers to tie into the film. I wonder. Anyway.
So much eBay. eBay should sponsor us for the shit we buy.
But, man. So this is Star Trek 5. We'll be back, I guess.
We'll have a new segment. It's like what we're buying on eBay today.
Yeah. This closes out the, next week we'll close out the original series LED films. So.
Sweet.
So keep an eye out for it. This has been another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
This has been another Geek Out production. If you enjoyed what you heard, hey, we've got a new commentary every Monday. We've got a special episode every Friday. Of course, there's the usual catching up show every Wednesday. And you get book club episodes just about every Tuesday these days. Thanks for listening.